You're going to hear amazing stories about people in their lives tonight, and I'm going to speak to you tonight about what we will do and the people we will become for the biggest loves in our lives, our children. So, our children were daycare kids. Now, I don't know if any of you ever had a child in daycare in the DMV, but it is a life-altering sum of money. And in addition to that, the daycare will also expect you to raise money for the daycare that you are spending an Aston Martin payment on a month. So our daughter, she was 3 years old, our youngest was 1. They were selling wrapping paper, tchotchkes, Christmas decorations, etc., etc. And the prize, well, the first place prize was a stuffed animal that was about this tall, about 3 feet. And in order to do that, you had to sell the most dollars of things. So I'm not proud of this, I brought the catalog to work, and I bullied, and I do mean bullied, every possible coworker into buying wrapping paper and tinsel and every other demeaning Jesus would look down on you memento of Christmas. And we won. She won. I'm sorry. We didn't. She won, and she got the first place stuffed animal. Loved it. Carried it out of daycare. Had no idea what it was for. Just knew that she had the first place stuffed animal. And I want to frame it for you properly, because our oldest daughter, was a behemoth at 3 years old. They used to have a moon bounce at daycare, and it had a weight limit on it. And in order for our daughter Lorelei to be able to use the moon bounce, the teacher, Miss Mona Lisa, would announce to the other children, "Everyone out, Big Mama's coming in." True story. So the next year, obviously, we have to support our daughter again, to defend her title. And once again, we had the highest sales, of the daycare. Keeping in mind that we're one of only 6 families that's stupid enough to raise money for this place they're spending all this money for. And then, after the sale has closed, they changed the rules on us. And it's not the dollar figure anymore, it's the number of items sold. So some other person gets the first place prize, and our daughter gets this insulting rabbit of a thing, which again, she's thrilled to get. She has no idea why she has it. But we were unhappy, and we love our daughter more than that. We're not going to settle for the second place prize. So in year 3, the sale came again, and it is once again noted in number of items, but then also there's a second first place prize for highest dollar figure. So there are 2 3-foot items available for our child, who we love to death. Keeping in mind that the original first place prize has already been donated by this point in time, which isn't included. So that's already a goodwill. So I went to the office, I took a picture of both the first place prize, our daughter's really happy with it, and also the second place one, which she's equally happy with. And in my limited technical ability over the smaller one, I wrote on it, "Hello, my name is Failure." And I told our company, I sent it out to the entire office, and I said in there, obviously no one is saying that you must buy something from the daycare fundraiser. I am saying that I am the director of procurement, and that if you ever in your life want another monitor, desktop, laptop, phone, car, or fucking pencil again, that you may want to come down and take a look at the catalog. And we were doing good. They were keeping a score. They had a chart at the daycare. You could see who was selling the most and who had the most items. And we were doing all right. But I didn't love where we were going into the final lap. So I ran around the office. I checked in with some people. Got a couple last minute orders. And I noticed there was a gap. One of my coworkers, a gentleman named Nels, who hadn't bought anything. And so I went in his office. I had the catalog and the pen. And I said, you guys obviously need some wrapping paper coming over the holidays. I've not had a chance to look at the catalog yet. It's a very big deal to our daughter. And he kind of half looked up. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want anything in there." And I said, "No, it's okay. It's okay." And he used to keep his printer. He had a nice LaserJet printer. It's on the floor. This is a true story, though. Every word is true. And I said, how's your printer working? And he went, it's fine. And I'm telling you, man, I paylaid that son of a bitch. Just kicked it as hard as I could. Front went flying off. And I set the catalog in front of him. And he's looking at me. I said, doesn't look like it's working great to me. And I had a pen, like a click pen in my pocket. He's looking at that, and I said, you might want to think about insurance. And he said, that's extortion. And I just pushed the thing towards him. So he made a pretty good order, I gotta be honest. Like, he had a generous wrapping paper selection. No gifts that we got, but he did get some wrapping paper. And our daughter did win the first place prize in both categories, which have also been donated and went to Goodwill. And I'm not proud of any of that. I know, as I've said before, if you've been here multiple times, unlike everyone else who was phenomenal, BJ was great. People after, no one learns anything in my stories. No one's a better person at the end of any of my stories. That doesn't happen. But the choices we will make in order to make our children happy, who are the great loves of our lives, are not always ones you feel good about. She did win the fucking prize, though, And she was really, really happy to walk home with that doll that she had no idea why she got it for. And I'm pretty good with that. That's all I have. Have a great day.